The season is intensifying for the Winnipeg Jets after going into their longest road trip of the season and playing a game against the Pittsburgh Penguins that they played pretty well in, I should add, winning 4-1 on Friday. Going into a matchup in a back-to-back situation, they played the Nashville Predators on Saturday, and that 4-1 victory turned into a 4-1 loss. So pretty rough weekend, and on top of that 4-1 loss to Nashville, in that game, Dylan Samberg blocks a shot, and wouldn't you know, he leaves the game with a lower body injury, and, that's rough. Dylan Samberg is, Mr. Underrated. He's the workhorse of the defensive end. Him and Morrissey, I think, are the two most important defensemen on this team. I know Pionk's having such a year, but nonetheless, one of our most important players is out with a broken foot after blocking that shot. He is out indefinitely, and like Arneal says, it's a massive hole. It's a big hole to fill, and you're going to need somebody to step up. When you look at his numbers, only 6 points in 21 games. He's not getting on the score sheet. He's making every defensive play that matters out there. He's really only had one bad game this year, and it was the game against the Leafs. But with that injury, makes way for the one and only Ville Heinola to make his return from injury after having a short stint with the Moose where he looked okay, played a lot of minutes, and fit in pretty well considering he was coming off of an injury that was pretty rough again for him to start this year with an injury. Nonetheless, though, he is back with the team after that conditioning stint with the Moose. Ville Heinola is Ville Heinola. I've talked about this guy since we've drafted him. He has been one of the most important parts of this team's future that we have yet to see really get a fair chance, and whether will he, won't he, and he's been good at every level of hockey he's played at. He's been fantastic in the juniors when he was younger, going his way. He's become an AHL veteran. He's one of the best defensemen. When he plays in the Moose, he elevates the Moose. Simple as that. He is so good, and I've been wanting to see him get an opportunity for so long, with the injuries and just having to fight for a roster spot in this defensive end the way things have been the last couple of seasons. He hasn't really had a chance, and the injuries really kept him out last year as well, and then this year to start the year, I think he would have made the team, honestly, but he was injured again with the complication from the surgery he had to fix last year's injury. So just terrible luck for Heinola, and I'm so happy to see him break into this game, finally get on the roster. He was playing down there on the third pairing with Colin Miller. Hayden Fleury jumped up and played with Pionk, and honestly, that pairing wasn't fantastic tonight. I think that Pionk played pretty well, and he carried for a lot of Fleury's mistakes, and I think that could be taken advantage of in other matchups. Nonetheless, though, we'll talk about that later, but, Miller and Heinola played fantastic together. They really did, and I think that, fantastic, makes it sound more glamorous than what we saw really on the ice, but it was good, simple play, good communication from both their ends, and I liked everything I saw from Heinola. He looked solid. He looked like an NHL defenseman. That's all you could really ask for a defenseman that hasn't played in over, 200, a crazy amount of days. I think it was over, 300 days or something. I don't even know. Very long time since he's played in the NHL. I think it was 700 or something stupid like that, honestly. And nonetheless, he got into the lineup. He played a good game, and this Jets team had a great night. They rebounded after that bad loss where they looked tired in the back-to-back against Nashville on Saturday, and they rebounded great in this game in Minnesota. They have been fantastic when they play Minnesota as late. It's our biggest rival, and the team really showed up. The Wild are, the second best team in the NHL going into this matchup, or one of the best teams in the NHL behind us. They've been great this year as well, so this was a really, a heavy-hitting matchup, honestly, for a Monday night, and it did not disappoint. When you look at that first period for scoring, the Jets really had a good first period, but it was close back-and-forth battle. Middleton opened the scoring to make it 1-0, his fourth of the year, and then Kupari tied it with a beautiful backhand goal, assisted from Kupari, who is his first assist on the year, as I should add as well. Ties it at the end of the first to make it 1-1. Going to the second period, Nino Niederreiter gets his 9th from Pionk and Nemestikov. That's 2-1 Winnipeg, and then Alex Alafalo, again on the power play in the third period, gets his 4th of the year, his 2nd of the game. Adam Lowry gets the empty netter, which is his 5th goal of the year. Connor and Scheifele getting assists on that goal as well, and that gives the Jets a 4-1 victory. The Wild kept it close, though. The third period was close. That Alex Alafalo goal was huge. The Wild put pressure on all night, but the real star of tonight's game, without a doubt, it has to be Connor Hellebuyck. The coaching staff has done a good job tonight at filling the holes, and I think that you're going to need more from Miller. The power play answered when it needed to, especially with that second unit. You got to love that, seeing the power play get so much success this year. It's been fantastic. Shout out to the new special teams coaching. Fantastic job on their part so far this year. And, really what with this game was more than anything was Connor Hellebuyck, just shining. Another Vezina highlight reel pretty much for our star goaltender. He was amazing tonight. He stole the game at times. He was very, very good. And, that's really what it came down to. It was two very good teams that had really good opportunities. The shots were, lopsided at different times in the game. It was 22 missed shots in the first for Minnesota, only 7 for us. We were outshot all night, 44-32 in the final shots in favor of the Wild. But at the end of the day, Hellebuck stopped the goals he needed to stop. He made some really big robberies there as well in this game, and won us this game as well. Like don't get me wrong, the depth was huge tonight. Iafallo was huge tonight. The fourth line came up big in a game where, in a physical matchup against a team like the Wild, you need your fourth line and third line to come out big, and they did tonight. And you absolutely love to see that in victories like this. It was huge. They were the backbone of this victory next to Connor Hellebuck. That was the biggest part of it, was the fact that the depth stood up, and Connor Hellebuck backed him up. He was fantastic tonight. I can't state how good Connor Hellebuck was. There's really no words that come to mind. Every time I watch this dude play, he somehow blows my expectations of what it means to be an elite goaltender. He is absolutely fantastic. And this game was great. It had everything you wanted to see from it. And the Jets needed this win, especially after that loss. They have still been good. It's not any time to panic. And when you look at these losses, they're more like, damn, the team is tired. They're going through it. The Jets improved to 18-4 with this win. And their next matchup is going to be against the LA Kings on Wednesday in LA. So that's going to be a late game for you on the Central. For me, it's going to be a nice 7 o'clock game on the West Coast. So I will enjoy watching that one. But nonetheless, this team is going to have to really show up, because you got the Kings, the Knights, the Stars, the Blues, and then you get into the Sabres and Blackhawks and the Blue Jackets. So you have a pretty tough stretch still coming down with the Kings, the Knights, the Stars, and the Blues. The Blues can always give the Jets a good time. It seems like it's always a fun matchup anytime the Jets play a Central Division team, and the Blues are one of those teams that they seem to put up a fight against the Jets, so who knows how that game's going to go. Nonetheless, though, I think that the Jets are still holding fast, holding the line. Everything about this team is holding up, and they're not sinking, and they're not cracking under the pressure either. This team has been solid, incredible, and every other word you can think of to compliment them, honestly. They are everything you want to see from a successful hockey team. Amazing goaltending, great depth, solid defensive play, and even with Sandberg out now, it provides an opportunity for a young guy like Heinola to come in and earn his keep. And I think that could be huge for this club. If Heinola can come in and earn a spot, and when Sandberg gets healthy, that pushes Fleury and Stanley officially out of the lineup. That would be amazing. That could be awesome. Oh, I'm getting my hopes up. So make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all things Jets hockey, so you can get your hopes up too. Peace, love, and positivity as always. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Check out all the affiliate links down in the description below. Go Jets, go! And I'll see you guys in the next one.